Hi everyone, so I'm back with another flip through quite quickly I thought for my standards. So this is Porto and I got it done pretty quickly. Maybe it's because there was really nothing to do at the beginning of January with it being cold and wet and miserable and all that, sort of back to work, so I managed to get it done quite quickly. I'm currently filming on my floor because living in England is just dark in the winter. So even though it's like 10 o'clock, it's just so dark in the day. So I'm on my floor. So yeah, this is Porto. We went in May 2023 and I used a 12 by 12 album. As you can see, it's quite chunky already. I did intend on using this for other Portugal trips, but I just don't know if they can hack it. I'm sure they've made the rings smaller. I don't know, I'm gonna have to compare it to my previous albums, but I feel like it's not as big as they used to be, so I feel like it's getting chunkier before. I don't know, I definitely think the rings are smaller on these albums now. But yeah, so we'll see. I might rip out the other pages and just have this as a Porto album, just face the fact that it's not gonna fit another trip in there, but it's just a shame really, because obviously there's so many pages. I will use the pages, I just have to figure out how to use those. I like them in one book really. Anyway, so I went with like a pink and blue theme. I was really anti-blue because I use blue quite a lot. I feel like it gets used a lot because obviously if it's a summer trip, then a lot of people associate blue with like the ocean and the sea and pools and stuff like that, whereas in the winter again you associate blue with being cold. So I feel like blue gets used a lot and I was really trying not to use it, but the problem with this trip is that Porto is known for its blue tiles and stuff, so it just seemed to, you know, an opportunity to use the blue for a good cause basically, not just swimming pools or being cold. So I did use blue in the end, and I had a perfect paper pad for it as well, and I had the washi tapes and everything, so I just went with it. But I like how it's come out. I like the colour scheme. I like blue and pink together, so yeah, I'm happy how it came out. So this is just us travelling. So we flew with Ryanair from Manchester, so these are boarding passes going out, and then when we arrived we got the train from the airport to the city centre. We stayed at Manchester Airport the night before, so that's what that little slip is. And then I just got some of our tags and stuff from the flight. We took one suitcase with us, so we did actually have to check some bags. And then these are our transport cards that you buy to go on the metro. So as I said, I've pretty much finished this album. There's just a bit of writing that I need to do, and I used to do some Nouveau drops as well, but I have to do them as one step at a time because obviously I have to wait for it to dry and things. So I've been doing those every evening sort of thing, waiting for it to dry overnight. But other than that, it's pretty much done. I just need to put like the date and stuff, but yeah, just little bits of writing, but I wanted to get it done whilst I had the time. So yeah, that's my sort of first page. Then we stayed at this really nice hotel. It was called the Rex Hotel. It was this building here. It was just very typical. It felt very Portuguese and just very traditional sort of hotel, which was really nice. It had a really cool elevator. It could only fit like 2 people in, and it didn't even have a door. It would just sort of it had like a door to go into the elevator room, but the elevator itself didn't actually have a door, which blew my mind a little bit. But it was really good fun. I really enjoyed the hotel, and it was really lovely. So yeah, that's just a business card from it. It was really nice texture of a business card, and just a drinks mat up there. Then the first things we sort of did, we arrived quite early, so we went to go get some food. So we actually stumbled across this place that did empanadas, which were really nice. And then we just had a wander down the streets and things. That afternoon, evening, for a full sort of meal, we had these steak sandwiches, which Portugal's quite known for. And they were quite small and things, but we got some ice cream and whatever afterwards. But it was really nice. It was this restaurant here, this Portugal, and yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was just something a bit different, and it was a really small little place, and it was highly recommended, so I'm glad we went there. But yeah, we just had nice little wanders around, and then we spent sort of the afternoon, evening having a look around the town, just getting our bearings a little bit. There don't like street arts. There's like a cat there, and then yeah, it was just really tall buildings, very thin, tall, with all these really nice balconies. So yeah, it was really pretty. Porto's been on our list for a long time, so I'm glad we finally got to go. And I'm glad we went in May as well, because it wasn't burning hot, which is good, whereas it was cooler in the morning and the evening, but in the day it was really nice and warm. So this was like the walk down to the riverfront, so we were enjoying going down there. And so we went for an evening stroll just to get our bearings. And these are some pictures of our walk. So yeah, really pretty sort of views across the river. And it was quite busy that time of evening. I think everyone was going out for like an early dinner, but we got to sort of see the bridge and things for the first time, and all the boats going along the river. We managed to get some really nice shots. I just love the buildings. I was obsessed with the buildings there, because I just think they were so pretty. They're all different colours, they all had different tiles, and yeah, we just really enjoyed the riverfront. It was obviously the most liveliest part. And these are just some more pictures of the buildings and the riverfront as well. They had like a little market going on, so we had a walk through there, and they also had some live music and people dancing and stuff like that, so that was good fun to go and watch as well. And then these are just some pictures mainly of the bridge, but also of these little boats that go down the river. All the little boats, they used to transport port, so they got like barrels and things on them, which is really cool. So it was nice to walk along there and get some pictures of the boats. And then this is just of the main bridge itself. So this is obviously the famous bridge that overgoes, is that his word? Goes over the river Douro. Never know how to pronounce that, but yeah, it's a really cool iron bridge, and obviously you can walk along it in the traffic level, and then at the top level was a train line, and again you can walk across there as well. So we did have a walk across there as well, which is later on, but it was a really impressive site really, and as I said, going underneath it and things was a little bit scary, but it was good fun. And then one of the key things we wanted to do whilst we were there was go to this library. So this is supposed the library that J.K. Rowling used to visit when she used to live in Porto, and it's obviously very famous because of that, but it is really, really pretty. So we booked tickets in advance. It's €5 to get in, but you can actually redeem that against a book. So if you buy a book, you actually get the entrance for free. So it is technically a free entrance. You just have to, you know, if you want a book and things. We did actually buy a book. Joe used his voucher to redeem it. You can only use one voucher per book, so I just kept my ticket for my scrapbook. But this was actually off the book that we bought. This came off the bag, so I just cut it out because it had obviously the name of the library on there. This was the roof of the library. It was just so pretty. This is it outside, and then again another picture of, it was like 2 stories. So yeah, it was really, really pretty. So just some more pictures. As you can see, it sort of reminds you of Hogwarts and things. I think that's why it's very, very pretty, very, very popular, because it has that sort of Harry Potter-esque to it. And obviously because J.K. Rowling's been there and things, everyone seems to think it's all about Harry Potter. So of course it's very busy. It had like the winding staircases. Got some pictures. It was just so busy though. It was absolutely chaotic, but we managed to get some pictures of the area without it being too crowded. But yeah, still need to do the journaling and stuff on this page. Again, another picture. I just love all like the staircase that sort of goes down like that. It looks so pretty when you're looking down from the second level. And again, this is looking down onto the bottom floor, and a picture just of me and Joe in there. And then some more pictures. It was quite dark, unfortunately, in the library itself. There wasn't that many lights, so it was quite dark photos, but we still managed to get some photos. Obviously a picture of me just with the library in the background. This was a receipt, so we bought a book. Joe bought a Lord of the Rings book, and redeemed obviously the €5 voucher for it. And then this is the bag that it came in, so that's the one I cut up and put as my title. So yeah, because I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to chuck it obviously, and I didn't know what to do with it, but it served a really good purpose as a title. Then we had a wander around all the different tiled buildings. So first place we wanted to go was this São Bento station. This is a train station in Porto. It was really hard to photograph. I just couldn't seem to get a good photograph, but it was also very crowded. But it had like a lovely like mustard yellow roof, obviously all decorated, but it had all these blue tiles down the side of it as well. So it was just, yeah, it was really pretty, but as I said, it was quite hard to get photographs of the tiles and the roof and just the room in general. It was just a very odd shaped room. So yeah, and it had these really nice clocks and things outside it as well. And then this is another one of the buildings that has all the beautiful tiles. Actually managed to get a photo of these without many people there. I don't think people knew about this one as much because it wasn't right in the centre, but it was so cool. So it was all fully covered in tiles, and I managed to get a picture with me in front of it and just a close-up of one of the tiles there. This is actually a picture, I think it was actually a sign in a window or something, but I just liked it. So I managed to get that and just cut around it. And then this is one of the cathedrals and some other little buildings around that obviously have the tiles. So again, not overly busy this one because you can't really go inside it. It wasn't too busy. So again, managed to get some photos without anyone in them. But yeah, I just loved all the tile buildings. I just, you know, I thought it was so pretty, and it's sort of, they're just dotted all around the city. So, you know, it's quite consistent, which is cute. And then this is the actual cathedral in Porto. So this is more on the hill. It was very like a big building. We didn't go inside at all, but we just like to have a walk around. It had like a viewing point and everything like that. So it was just a very pretty building to go and have a look at. And it was, as I said, right on top of the city. So you got some nice views. And this is a sort of, the walk down from the cathedral gave you some nice views of the city. So this was just a nice little walkway down all these like sort of traditional houses. And then this had this building down here. I can't think what it's called now, but I'll look it up to put it on my little journaling spot. But it had a really nice picture view of the river, which is this one here. So we carried on walking and we got some nice pictures. So yeah, it's just a very, very pretty town. It's very hilly though. So don't wear boots or anything like that. Yeah, you want your flat shoes because it is super, super hilly all around. These are just some random photos. They had like a Porto sign. So of course I had to get a photo of that, and then a picture in front of the fountain, and then another cathedral just here. This was actually came off of like a souvenir bag, and I just thought it was cute because it had like little bits and pieces of Porto, like the trams and the bridge and the buildings. And the boats and stuff, so I thought that was quite nice. This is the Clerigos Tower, which is this one here. You can actually climb it, so that's what we did. We got some nice views. As you're climbing it, you can sort of stop and look out the windows, but it's obviously also a church, so they did have like a big altar, and yeah, it was very pretty. We didn't actually go into the church bit because I think you had to I think something was going on. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it was closed off for something. But you could see it through the window. So we got to see it, but we didn't actually get to go in it. And then these are just some views of the top of the tower. So obviously overlooking Porto from all different angles. So I loved all like the terracotta roofs and the views of the river down the bottom as well. So yeah, got some really, really good views. And I just, as I said, I loved all the terracotta buildings, all the roofs with the tall, thin, colourful buildings. And then this was this sandwich that Joe was set on trying. It was huge. It didn't appeal to me, so I didn't have one, but it's this famous Francesinha sandwich, which is basically like fried toast, sausages, eggs, chips, bacon, ham, and then some sort of sauce, and there's obviously a lot more in there as well, but it's insane. It's like a sandwich with an egg on top, surrounded by chips. But we went to the famous Cafe Santiago, which is apparently the most famous and the busiest place for it, and we didn't actually have to wait long. There's just a picture of Joe with the menu. This is just one of the signs on the door. It sort of tells you all the different ingredients in there. And then this was the actual mat that it came on, which is this here, and I just obviously took it. And then this is Joe with his sandwich, and then the sandwich itself there. So yeah, it was huge. He ate it all. It's one of those things, he said he wouldn't have it again, but he's glad he's had it. But it is a Porto speciality, so he felt like he had to try it. But it's just a bit of fun, really. I'm glad he enjoyed it. And then we went on a little tram ride. So the Porto trams are so cute because they're all these little like yellow trams. And we got one of these little pass, which is like a return ticket. It's €7 each. And we got on this this coloured tram going, and then we came back on like a little red one. But it was very busy. We luckily managed to get a seat, but because the line that we went on was very, very popular. It goes along the seafront. It was quite busy, so we managed to get a seat, thankfully. But they were really nice. They're all very traditional. So as I said, these are the little tickets that we got. We rode it to the end of the line and then just had a wander around and then rode back. This is us on the tram. It's a picture of Joe on the tram from me outside, which I thought was quite nice. And then this is just a nice postcard that I picked up whilst we were there. And then these are some pictures of the tram inside. So it was all very traditional. The seats actually, obviously because it goes one way and then the other, the back of the seat moves so that you can change the seats depending on which direction you're going. And then this is like where the driver stands. They don't sit actually, but they're like to ring the bells and stuff. They have to pull on the wire and things. So it's all very traditional. Like if you want to get off, you have to pull the wire. So yeah, we really enjoyed that. It was just a nice little ride, and this was when people were getting off, so we managed to try and get a photo without anyone in him. And then these are just some random photos of our ice creams that we had. So this ice cream from this place, this Amarina, was so nice. I think I had dolce de leche, chocolate and pistachio, and it was so nice. It was like obviously they do it in the shape of a rose. It was just pretty. But then I also had this one, which was like a brioche bun. So it's ice cream in a brioche bun with cream around it. And yeah, it was just so good. This postcard I actually sent home. So obviously it's got my address and things on the back there. But I'm glad it made it home. And obviously these are just some bits from the ice cream shop. Like that's when my ice cream cone came in. And then we actually went on a river cruise down the river to go and see the 6 bridges. And that was really fun. It wasn't crowded. We managed to get a good seat and it was nice in the sun. It started at about 11 o'clock, so it was a nice time of day. And there was like an automated guide that would tell us when we passed each bridge. So that was really nice. It was really interesting to learn about all the different things. It was just nice to see Porto from a different angle. And it was really cheap. I think it was like, I don't know, £12 each or something like that for an hour. So it was a nice little activity to do down the river. So it's just us on the boat and Joe on the boat, and then it's just pictures of some of the bridges that we went under. And then we rode the funicular, this little funicular that took you from the bottom part of Porto up to the top part, which is where you can walk across the top part of the bridge. So it was this cute little funicular, which is this little thing here. We had to go on a search for some cash because we didn't have no cash, and it was only €4 each, so we had to go and find a cash machine and then come back and ride this funicular. But it was really cute. It literally only took a couple of minutes, but it took you, rather than walk up all these stairs, it was just a nice little journey up the side of the mountain. It's not really a mountain, but yeah, it was just a different way of getting up there. Obviously there are tickets, and then this is the bridge at the top. So as I said, it's a metro line across the top of it, but obviously you can walk along the sides. So yeah, we got some really good pictures. It was quite unnerving really walking so close to a tram line, but no one was silly enough to keep, you could see the trams coming, so no one was silly enough to be crossing it when someone was coming. But it's one of those things I'm sure has happened. But you got some really nice pictures of the river from the top of the bridge. And there's some more pictures of us just at the top of the bridge. And then this is a really cool postcard actually, of this sardine, but it's got the bridge and things and the picture and all the buildings and stuff, and also the boats. So yeah, I really like that postcard. So yeah, that was cute. And then this is again some more pictures of the top of the bridge. So yeah, you get some really, really good views. I'd highly recommend going up there just for the views really. You can cross it and go over to the other side, and that's what we did. This other side is called Gaia, so we went over that side to have a look. So this was another higher viewpoint that we went to. It was in some of the photos, we could see the buildings, so we thought, oh, I wonder if you can get up there, and you can. So you have to climb up another hill to get to the top, but you get this really cool view of the bridge and the river, and obviously both sides of the river as well. So this was like this cool building that we could see in the middle, that's what we sort of walked to. But yeah, we got some pictures of the trains going across the bridge, which was really fun. And then we took the gondola, the teleferical, down So you can walk down if you wanted to, but I thought it's always quite nice to do these modes of transport. So we took this like gondola thing down to cable car, that's what it is, down to the riverfront of the other side. And that was good fun. It was quite expensive though. I think it was €10 each for a return. But no, sorry, was it a return? I'm not sure. I don't think we didn't get the return. We walked back across, but yeah, we walked back across, and then yeah, we just got some nice views because the cable car give you some really nice views as you're going down, and I just thought it was a different way getting back down there. We had lunch at this really nice place called Sunset. It was just a, you know, typical sort of Portuguese place with like sandwiches and stuff, and then this was our ticket for the cable car. It might actually, I'm not sure. I have to think about what we did. I don't know if we got return tickets and didn't know whether we wanted to get back on it or whether we just walked. I think we just walked in the end, but I think we got return tickets because I think it was about €1 more for a return. And these are just some really nice pictures of the riverfront, so obviously facing Porto, with all the boats and things like that. So I thought that was really nice. Again, this is part of our ticket. And then these are just some of the foods that we had. Well, I say like sweet treats and sort of things. So we opened up this really nice coffee shop, which is this one here is called So Coffee Roasters. And it was really nice. Joe likes his coffee, so we had to stop for a coffee every so often in the morning. And then we tried all these different sweets. So obviously this is like it's like a custard donut. I'd have to get the name in Portuguese, and that's why I put a label here so I can put that there. And then they had these really lovely sugar cookies. I've had these before, and you get like a big tub of them. So we bought that and actually brought them home with us because they are really nice. So we had those, and then obviously we had to have pastel de natas because obviously they originate from Portugal. So we had a few of those, and this is like a leaflet where we went to this cafe called Nata, and that's where we had those, and they were just, yeah, really, really nice. So I'm glad we got to try those. And then the other thing we went to, they've apparently got the most beautiful McDonald's in the world. So this is actually a picture of the McDonald's. And it is very pretty. It's all like stained glass windows and stuff, and it is very clean, and it's got chandeliers and all sorts. So it is very, very pretty. It's just a funny thing. So we actually did have a McDonald's there because we thought, well, whilst we're here, we have to try. It's just funny how many reviews there are of this McDonald's. Like obviously a lot of McDonald's only have like, I don't know, 10 reviews or something because everyone knows what you're going to get at McDonald's, but this one has like thousands. So yeah, it was good fun, just something a bit of a novelty really, of a luxurious McDonald's. And then just on the back here, this was on the other side of the gift bag, and it's just got the history of this cockerel, and it doesn't fully make sense. So obviously if you want to pause the video and read it, but it doesn't fully make sense in English. You can get the gist of it, but it's not written very well in English, which is completely understandable because it's a Portuguese tradition. But it's just a history of where the cockerels came from, basically. So I just thought I'd stick that on the back there. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So I hope you enjoyed this flip through. I've enjoyed doing it. I've liked the colours, and it came together really quickly actually, and I got to use up a fair bit of stuff for this one. So yeah, so my next one will be Canada, and I anticipate that's going to take me a lot longer. I'm going to do it in sections, so you'll see them in sections. It won't just be one full album. I'm probably going to be doing 3 albums, so I'll be doing the Vancouver part first. We'll just see. My life's getting busier as the days goes on, so I will try and get it done as soon as I can, but also don't really want to rush it because I've been looking forward to doing the Canada one for a long time. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll be back shortly. Thank you very much. Bye.